Hey friend, can I ask you something really quick? Do you ever feel like your body is betraying you? Like one day you wake up ready to take on the world, you've got energy, you're checking off the list, you're making breakfast, you're crushing that meeting, you're picking up the kids, you're throwing something together for dinner, maybe even squeezing in a workout. And then the very next day, it's like you've been hit by a truck. You're dragging yourself out of bed. You can't think straight and you're wondering what the heck happened overnight. Or maybe it's not just the tired. Maybe it's your moods. You're fine 1 minute, then you snap at your kids over something tiny. And 2 hours later, you're crying in the bathroom. You're feeling guilty because you didn't mean to blow up like that. Or maybe you're like me. You wake up at 3 a.m, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling, knowing that an alarm clock is just going to go off in just a few hours. And everyone around you says, oh, that's just stress. Oh, you're just a busy mom. Of course you're tired. But deep down, you know it's more than that. Something is shifting inside your body. And maybe, like me, you've asked yourself time and time again, am I frickin' losing it? Is this normal? Is this just how I am? Today, we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss all things perimenopause, what it is, what the symptoms look like, and most importantly, how to manage them as a busy working mom. Because friend, you are not crazy. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are in a season. And there are ways to walk through it with strength, grace, and peace. If you're tired of burnout, hustle culture, and mom guilt, and you're craving boundaries, balance, and clarity, you're in the right place. Welcome to Midlife Mom Reset. I'm Shannon Howard, a loving wife, mom of teens, coach, and burnout survivor, here to help you trade the overwhelm for peace and purpose. Around here, we talk burnout recovery, work-life balance, and the truth about perimenopause. Because midlife isn't a crisis, it's your comeback. Let's dive in. And before we dive in, I want to remind you, you don't have to figure this out on your own. I know how isolating it feels when your body starts changing and no one, including your doctor, told you what to expect. That's exactly why I created the Clarity Core app. It's free to download, and inside you'll find resources, guides, encouragement, and a safe place for women walking through the same things. So after this episode, go grab the app in the App Store. That way, when life hits at 2 a.m., or you're just having one of those days, you've got support at your fingertips. I'll never forget when I first realized something was shifting. I've always been high energy. I could juggle work, I could juggle my kids, dinner, emails, all the things. I used to pride myself on being dependable, being sharp, being the one who could handle it all. But then, one season, I started feeling different. I'd get this bone-deep exhaustion, not the kind a nap fixes, the kind where I'd sit down on the couch after work and I felt glued there, like I just couldn't move. And of course, I brushed it off. It's just stress. I've got a lot going on. But then the 3 a.m. wake-ups, they started. Night after night. I'd go to bed fine, but at 3 on the dot, boom, eyes wide open, brain running laps, and then dragging myself through the day after. Then the brain fog hit. I'd be in a meeting and the word I needed would just vanish. Or I'd walk into a room and completely forget why I was there. It was funny at first. I was like, ugh, whatever. It's just stress. I'm just burned out. Things will change. And listen, when you've always been sharp, when people actually count on you, it makes you feel like you're losing yourself. And then came the mood swings. I snapped at my kids over the smallest things. And the guilt that followed, whew, that'll take you out faster than the symptoms themselves. And in my head, I kept asking, what is wrong with me? That's when I started researching, like taking that deep dive exploration, asking questions, looking for all the answers. And I realized I wasn't broken. I wasn't losing it. I found myself in perimenopause. But here's the thing, no one had warned me. No one sat me down and said, hey, Shannon, this is coming. Here's what to expect. Here's how to take care of yourself. And I know I'm not the only one. And that's why we're having this conversation today, because you deserve to know. You deserve to actually be prepared. And you deserve tools that actually fit into your life as a working mom. All right, so let's set the stage. Perimenopause is basically the transition leading up to menopause. Menopause is a moment in time. It is a moment, a brief moment in time where it's been 12 months without a period. Perimenopause is not a weekend event. It's not like one day you wake up and it's all over. Perimenopause, I'm sorry to say, can last 4 years. For some women like me with other hormonal issues, it starts in our mid-30s. For most, however, it shows up in their 40s. But it's also not a one-size-fits-all. Every body is different. Every body is different. Your hormones, estrogen, progesterone, even testosterone, they all start fluctuating. And those fluctuations, they affect everything: sleep, mood, memory, energy, how your frickin' body decides to start storing your damn weight. So if you've been wondering why nothing feels like it's working anymore, you're eating the same, you're moving the same, you're doing all the things you used to do, but your body feels different, friend, it is not in your head, it is in your hormones. So let's talk about some of the big symptoms that you might expect. Again, every body is different. Symptom number 1, we're talking sleep struggles. Sleep. Raise your hand. Well, not if you're driving, okay? But raise your hand if you know in your heart, this is you. You crawl into bed exhausted. But the second your head hits your pillow, your brain decides it's time for a meeting and everyone is invited. Or maybe, like me, you do fall asleep just fine. My husband says he has right ear damage because I fall asleep just fine. But like clockwork, 2 or 3 a.m., you are wide awake. That's perimenopause. Estrogen and progesterone are both tied to sleep. And when they dip, your sleep gets disrupted. And now if you're like me, you're like, when I dip, you dip, we dip, right? Okay, sorry, you're stuck with me. And what do most of us do? We power through. Coffee in the morning, maybe some sugar in the afternoon, maybe doom scrolling late at night because we just can't wind down. But let me ask you this. How long can you really keep running on fumes? So what helps? A solid bedtime routine helps. And I don't mean that perfect Pinterest version. I mean real, doable stuff. Turn off the screens an hour before bed. Stretch. Journal out what's running circles in your mind. Just get it down on paper. Sip magnesium tea. And here's the big one. Give yourself permission to go to bed early. I know I had to whisper that because it's one of those things that as busy working moms, we never give ourselves permission to rest. So I'm probably going to scream this from the rooftop. Give yourself permission to go to bed early. Done. I know the laundry is calling. I know it, but it's going to be calling tomorrow as well. I know those dishes are in the sink, but I promise you, they're still going to be there tomorrow. What won't be there is your energy if you don't rest. Now, I'm the kind of woman who is absolutely in chaos mentally, physically in the morning if I walk into my kitchen and my kitchen is a mess. My kids, I love them dearly, but I think they know that about their mama. And so I think they purposely leave my kitchen in a mess before they go to bed so that they know that they've got whacked out mom bright and early the next morning, okay? But what I've done is I've started maybe seeing my kitchen as a mess in the evenings. And if I don't have the bandwidth, I don't deal with it. I know I'm going to struggle in the morning. I know it. But I've started taking deep breaths. I've started saying in the morning when I wake up and I grab, my protein or my coffee or anything like that, I'm like, okay, that's okay. Let's get through this. It's not the end of the world. And you know what? I was able to get restful sleep the night before. So rather than like speed cleaning, maybe going psycho crazy on getting that kitchen spotless before bedtime, I got rest. And I woke up the next day and yes, it was still there, but it's been a game changer for me to rest my body so that I'm not a psychopath the next morning. And I feel better about it. I feel more grounded. I feel that, the kids are still setting me up for failure, but you know what? I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm not going to be a psychopath because I got really good rest last night. So just think of it that way. Do those little tiny shifts. Give your body rest. Symptom 2, this one is going to be fun. Mood swings and anxiety. Now, let's talk about emotions. This one is personal, and I know for a freaking fact, if you are on this podcast today, you can relate. You're fine one moment, and then the next, you're snapping at your kids. You're tearing up in the car. You're feeling anxious about things that never used to bother you. Like, why am I thinking about this right now? Why is this such a big deal? Here's what's happening. Estrogen impacts serotonin, your happy chemical. When estrogen dips, so does serotonin. Serotonin dips as well. Again, going back to when I dip, you dip, we dip. Come on, sing along with me, mama. Which means that your mood takes a hit. And listen, this is not weakness. This isn't you being too much. This is literally your body shifting. So what helps this? First off, awareness. Track your mood swings alongside your cycle. It might actually feel silly at first, but when you start to see patterns, you realize, oh, I'm not really losing it. This is my hormones shifting. Second, you need to be moving that body. Exercise boosts serotonin, and it doesn't have to be extreme. Remember, a 20-minute walk, dancing in your kitchen, whatever feels doable. Maybe you're doing squats when you're brushing your teeth in the morning. Everything adds up. Just move your body. Third, support, and this is huge. You need to talk to somebody. You need to talk to a therapist. You need to talk to a coach, a trusted friend. Chat with us in the app. You weren't meant to carry this alone. I remember the kids had gotten home from school one day and they legit walked in the door and I was already upset with them about something. I can't even remember. To this day, I cannot even remember why I was upset. Something just ticked me off during the day. Something. They walked in the door, happy to see me, ready to share all the good news of the day. And I snapped at them. Both of them. You guys get your homework done, get your chores done, or you're grounded. And it was a lot worse than that, okay? I'm toning it down. I'm not going to cry, I swear. And their eyes told the whole story. I just crushed their spirits. And I will never be that person again. So get your mood in check, mama. If not just for you, just so you don't think that you're losing it all the time, do it for them. Track your cycles. Realize when your hormones are out of whack. Realize that you're not losing your ish, okay? This is just perimenopause, and we can do things, okay? We can do things to lessen the blow. Start talking to somebody. Phone a friend, right? Cry it out at your doctor's office when you're losing your ish, and then talk to somebody about it. Realize that you don't have to live like this. You don't have to live in this constant turmoil. Just talking it out, just writing things down, it helps, and it softens the blow for those that are close to you. It softens the blow for people at work. Good gravy. If you're showing up like a bat out of hell on a daily basis, people around you are impacted, okay? Talk it out. It is not a weakness. Talking to somebody is not a weakness. Just remember that. Symptom number 3. 2 symptoms, actually. Brain fog and fatigue. Okay, brain fog. This one definitely makes you feel like you are completely losing yourself. And at first, I thought it was kind of funny, okay? You walk into a room, you forget why. You're mid-sentence, and the word just disappears. Usually when you're trying to make a point, that's what irks me the most, is usually I'm like, I am brilliant, I know exactly what I'm going to say, and then boom, it's gone. Maybe you're staring at your computer and you can't even remember what you were just about to type. And the fatigue, okay, this isn't the, I just need a little nap, I just need to rest a little bit kind of tired. This is deep. This is every little thing feels heavy. It's that kind of tired. And here's what I've learned. Blood sugar balance is key. So if you're living on coffee, carbs, chaos, your energy will spike and your energy will crash. Instead, you really need to anchor your meals with protein. 30 to 35 grams per meal. Add in healthy fats. Drink water like it's your job. Speaking of which, take a sip of your water right now because you've been listening to me ramble on for way too long without drinking your water. So drink your water right now. And mama, this one's going to sting a little, but you have to stop skipping your meals. You have to stop feeding everyone else and grabbing scraps or nothing for yourself. That's not sustainable. We are not in our teens and 20s anymore. Sorry to break it to you. It's not sustainable. It's not strength. You can't pour from empty. So I used to pride myself on being able to do all of these long intermittent fasts, and I was able to lose so much weight and all of those kind of things. Well, I did that in my high 30s, early 40s, right? I did that, and it doesn't work anymore for my body. It actually makes me feel even more sluggish. It actually brings on the brain fog, the fatigue, even harder now. So what once worked for your beautiful body is now not going to work for your perimenopausal haven, okay? Our bodies are changing, and you need to realize it. I know you want to hold on to your 20s. I know you do. Well, like me, I'm like, 30s and 40s were much better. But you need to realize that our bodies are changing, and I'm the one here to tell you all about it, okay? Symptom number 4, weight gain and more body changes. Let's talk about the one that nobody likes to talk about, weight gain. Midlife weight gain, specifically, it feels defeating. You are doing, like I said, all the things that you used to do that used to work, but suddenly that frickin' scale keeps creeping up. Now, here's a little science for you. Estrogen, our friend, shifts how your body stores fat. Your metabolism is slowing. It slows. And your muscle, the thing that actually keeps your metabolism strong, your muscle actually naturally decreases with age if you're not actively building it. So what's the answer here? Build muscle. Strength training is your best friend. Pick up weights, even if they feel heavy. Shoot, I still like to attempt to pick up my 16-year-old and my 13-year-old, okay? Anything, pick it up, make it fun, okay? Pick him or her up, okay? Make it fun. Fuel your body with protein and stop obsessing over cardio marathons. They're not going to work for your perimenopause body. Maybe if they do, they're going to work for a little bit, but the key in perimenopause is weights, strength training. Build that muscle so that it helps your metabolism. And please stop letting the scale tell you who you are. You are more than a number. You need to focus on how you feel, your energy, your strength, and most importantly, your presence with your family. Now, if you know me personally, you know that I have struggled with weight my entire life, okay? It started, I was always a little bit pudgier, right? But then I had ACL reconstructive surgery my sophomore year of high school. It ruined my basketball and volleyball career. Ruined it. So instead of, the freshman 15 when I went off to college, it was more like 50. And then I had this yo-yo diet relationship with weight loss my entire life. Add on PCOS, like all the hormone issues already. And I didn't even know what the heck I was supposed to do. Yeah, I was diagnosed with PCOS, but I wasn't told how to deal with it. Fast forward, being able to lose nearly 100 pounds, that was all well and great. But then I plateaued. And then the scale started creeping up when perimenopause set in. And now I have been, and I'm very proud of myself, 6 weeks actively strength training 6 days a week, 30 minutes a day. We're not talking hours upon hours upon hours. And then I do still get my steps in because I love moving my body. After knee surgery, after lower back surgery, after having hip issues, like all of these things, I need to move my body. I cannot stay stagnant all day long, okay? Move your body, lift the weights. You're going to feel better. But realize that the scale might not move. And especially with strength training, if you're building that muscle up, yes, muscle is heavier than fat, but that bad fat, get the fat out of your system, okay? Just move your body. Do chair yoga. Do whatever you need to do to move your body, and you're going to start feeling better too. And then just lift up a few heavy kids every now and then, okay? I know they're still around you. So let's put this all together, okay? Perimenopause is a transition, not a punishment, okay? The basics. Hormones shifting, which impacts sleep, mood, brain power, and weight. Managing it as a busy working mom is not about perfection. It's about listening and listening to your body. Rest when you're tired. Fuel yourself well. Build your muscle. And most importantly, give yourself grace. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not alone. This is a season. And with awareness and small doable shifts, you can thrive in it. If this episode hit home for you, don't just move on to the next thing. Go download the Clarity Core app. I built it for you. It's packed with resources, checklists, encouragement, so you don't have to do this alone because you weren't meant to. Lord, I want to thank you for every woman listening today. I lift up her body, her mind, and her heart. Give her peace when anxiety creeps in. Give her rest when she feels weary. Give her clarity when the fog feels heavy. Remind her that she is not broken, that she is beautifully designed and deeply loved. Walk with her in every step of this journey. Cover her with your grace. Amen. Go rule the world, sister. You are made for it all. Thank you so much for listening to Midlife Mom Reset. If today's episode hit home, don't just keep pushing through. Instead of scrolling social media for answers, head to the Clarity Core app. It's totally free, packed with tools to help you find peace in the chaos of midlife, and it's where I can support you even deeper. Remember, motherhood and midlife were never meant to be survival mode. Peace in, burnout out. I'll see you next time.